Welcome to the channel, guys. Tonight's caller is 43 with one grown son, never married, and fresh out of a 16-year relationship with no commitment. She says environment and lack of guidance played a role. Kevin cuts through that and focuses on choice, asking why marriage was avoided for that long. The tone gets direct fast. So watch it all the way through, hit like, subscribe, and make sure you show support to Kevin's original channel too.
First off, okay, 43, go ahead. Are you single or
Yes.
married?
I'm just coming out of a bad relationship.
Are you single or married?
Oh, I'm single. I'm sorry. I
Okay, go
didn't hear
ahead.
that part.
All right, so what do you got for me? You got any kids?
Grown, 21, getting ready to be 22.
Oh, how many children?
Just one son.
All right, and you didn't marry his father?
I did not. No.
So why do you think women take so long to get married these days? If
Well,
ever.
yeah, if ever. And that's the point I'm at. Like I said, I'm 43. I have my own stuff together. I was in a long relationship, too long. And I think it's lack of knowledge too. If you didn't see a lot of good relationships coming up, or if that's all you were surrounded by, because that's where I feel like I'm stuck at. Was stuck at.
Lack of knowledge? I don't understand.
Not really lack of knowledge, but lack of, sometimes it can be your environment. You know what I mean? I stayed in a bad relationship, and I could say for
How long
myself,
were you in it?
16 years.
Okay, well, you're a little bit different, man, because you got to admit, no one says that there's nobody with any. I don't know anybody that says you should be in a 16 relationship and not married. Why did y'all not marry? If you're together
I,
all that time, why not marry? Bad or not, it will be because see,
yeah,
what you ladies don't seem to understand with men, it matters. This if you were in a 16-year bad marriage, ranks you higher than being in a 16-year relationship.
it does. It does.
But
And I
but no one
didn't.
but no one did he want to get married?
Yes and no. I
Okay,
don't
no,
know
no,
really. To be
okay,
honest,
okay.
I
Hold on,
don't
hold on, hold
know.
on. You don't know.
Okay.
Was your mother and father married?
Yes, for 37 years and
Okay,
then
so
divorced.
you had you so you so
In a 37-year bad
I don't
relationship.
give a shit.
Yes. And
See,
I've done
stop,
the same
stop,
thing without the
stop,
marriage.
stop, stop, please. We do
Hmm.
this too often. Black women, stop judging your mother and father's relationship like he's your man. That's your daddy.
You're absolutely right. I
The outcomes are worse. The outcomes are worse. See, what we hear is, I saw a bad relationship, so I'm not going to get married. But then you end up having a bad relationship and not married. That's twice as bad.
you're exactly
At least
right.
your mother and father had a bad marriage. You just got a bad nothing. So
That's
I'm using
exactly
this as an
right.
example, so it's not a lack of knowledge.
That's part of the reason why I called in. It's a good example.
I
I've been
I
listening to
think
you,
you
and I
ladies really don't value marriage. And the church used to, in our community, the church used to have some control over women. We used to have a culture that told women, you need to do A, B, and C. Now you can do whatever. Now you can be in church and be a single mother and no problems. So now you can have sex, you can have babies, you can have hot girl summer, you can WAP. And, but the problem is once you're used up and old, that's it. That's it. There's nothing, there's no family, there's no unit. So I hear what you're saying, and I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking kind of through you and around the situation because I think it's not a lack of knowledge. I think that in our community, our women just don't value marriage.
it,
Men want to
it
get married more than in our community. I know more men that want to get married than women.
and I
Women
didn't
say
look
they
for
want to get
perfection.
married, but then when push comes to shove, they don't marry.
Yeah. And I
Anybody, black man, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, Asian, or other, don't marry anybody.
and I didn't look for perfection, and I've been trying to make it work and get to the point of that. There are some
Perfection.
other
Are you talking about
issues that are
in the previous relationship?
in the previous relationship. It's just
How long ago
this
did that
week.
end?
It just ended this week.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah. And I
How long you been
reached out.
watching my channel?
I just started watching your channel like maybe
So
about a
I want to
month
ask
and a
you.
half
I want to ask
ago.
you a practical question. I want to ask you a real
Okay.
practical question.
Okay.
Did you go to college first? Did you go to college?
I did not go to college.
Okay. But your mother and father are married almost 40 years.
Correct.
And you're how old?
I'm 43.
Okay, so we're contemporaries. Ma'am, I know you grew up in the United States of America
Yes.
that said marriage is the preferred coupling. I know that. You
Yes.
grew up, listen, you grew up and you grew up in the Cosbys and stuff were on TV. You saw this stuff.
Correct.
So it's not like marriage was foreign. You chose not to get married. You avoided you were in a 16-year relationship without marriage, and you know that's not how that's supposed to go.
I do know that's how it.
Okay, so that's and what we need, and I think honestly, we need to have more women like yourself start coming forward and say, "I knew better."
I did,
But
and that's part of the reason why I
but you
called.
really don't. You don't. You
Now
kind
I
of
do.
deflect and you soften it. So younger women don't hear you guys saying that I made a mistake and just did. And I stayed in a relationship 15 years too long. So
Well, yeah, it's true. And I'm going to book a session because I think it's really what you do is more informational than a whole lot of places that you go and look for information on what I should do, how I should start over. I'm going to book a session with you because it's I'm not trying to make it soft. I'm just kind of a little bit soft spoken, but it's some serious things there. And
hold on.
when
I
I
don't want
say
you to get too deep into the person. I don't. Hold on. Here's the problem. Let's go ahead and unmute yourself. Here's the issue. I think women who've made, you ladies don't tell the younger ladies anything. And what I'm hearing is older women are leaving younger women just out here to twist in the wind. Older men at least try to tell younger men, put them up on game. Y'all should be telling these younger women, don't be out here in these dead end relationships. Don't be with somebody over a year. You can't convince me that you know better than being in a 5-year relationship. I don't know anywhere in this country where people think it's just cool to just be in a relationship. Not living together, not even common law, just doing it.
A 43-year-old woman calls in, says she is single and just ended a 16-year relationship. She has one son, now 21, and never married his father. She asks why women today take so long to get married. She starts talking about environment and lack of knowledge, saying she grew up seeing bad relationships. Kevin stops her and points out her parents were married 37 years. He presses her on why she stayed 16 years without a ring, especially if marriage was always the goal. The tone shifts when he says a bad marriage ranks higher than a long relationship with no commitment. She tries to explain, says she knew better, but stayed anyway. Kevin pushes accountability, saying older women need to tell younger women the truth about wasting time in dead-end relationships. The call ends with him saying women avoid saying, "I chose wrong," and that silence keeps younger women stuck repeating the same cycle. This call shows how some women say they want marriage but carry fear from relationships that were not even theirs. They watched their parents argue, saw an aunt get cheated on, heard stories about divorce, and built a whole wall off somebody else's experience. Then they move through life saying they are cautious when really they are scared of what might happen. They will say they stayed 10 or 15 years because it felt safer than committing. It is easier to sit in a long relationship with no contract than to risk marriage and face the fear head on. So they avoid the structure but still want the outcome. A lot of that fear gets framed as wisdom. I saw bad marriages, so I am protecting myself. But protection without direction just turns into delay. Time keeps going. Years pass. Youth does not freeze because someone feels unsure. It also shows how older women rarely give younger women the raw truth. Instead of saying, "I wasted prime years waiting," they soften it. They dress it up so it sounds less harsh. That does nothing for the next generation. Men, women who struggle with commitment usually struggle in other areas too. Commitment fear rarely shows up alone. A lot of times it comes with trust issues, control issues, insecurity, unresolved trauma, fear of abandonment, or fear of being accountable to somebody long term. So when you see hesitation around locking in, do not treat it like a small quirk. It is often a sign of deeper instability. It is up to you if you want to keep dating her, but go in with your eyes open. You cannot love someone out of patterns they refuse to face. And be honest with yourself too. Some men also fear commitment. If you know that is you, get real help. Therapy is not weakness. It is how you uncover what is really driving your behavior so you do not sabotage your own future. Women, if you know you struggle with commitment, do not dress it up as high standards or protecting your peace. Be honest about what is really going on. Fear of commitment usually connects to past traumas that never got dealt with. It is okay to admit you are scared. What is not okay is dragging someone into your life while you are still running from your own fears. A man who wants marriage and structure should not have to decode mixed signals or convince you to feel safe. If this hit, you already know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep the conversation real. And make sure you pay visit to Kevin's original channel too. See you next time.